Hi, my name's David Linton. I run Updata, and more people have been asking me about these news alerts, these technical analysis news alerts. So I wanted to share with you how you actually create these yourself. So in Updata, we've got these news alerts where it tells you basically in your own newswire what these technical analysis alerts are. And so basically what we wanted to do is just show you how it works. So you create these news alerts yourself, and that's really hard perhaps to understand, but we've done a lot of the donkey work for you. So before I show you that, I want you just to understand time horizon. This is one of the biggest issues. I get people all the time, what's your view of crude oil, what's your view of this, and I always have to say back, what's your time horizon? So the way we work this is that your long-term view of the market is where you're looking at weekly charts, your medium-term view of the market is where you're looking at daily charts, and your short-term view of the market is where you're looking at 60-minute charts, and very short-term you'll be down to minutes. So the way to think about this is that weeks means months, days means weeks, hours means days, and minutes means hours. And that's really the basis of how we do the analysis. And any of you who watch my Charts Today videos will know that I run through Charts Today, just constantly running through, just looking at the short-term, medium-term, and long-term view of the market, just using those charts. So that's really the key to how I do that. So coming back to the time horizons, weekly charts is long-term, daily charts is medium-term, and 60-minute charts is short-term. The Charts Today energy chart screen, which I use in Updata, I'm looking here at daily and 60-minute charts. So that's medium term and short term, daily, 60-minute and 1 minute. So this is my very short term charts, and that's in fact what we use to make our daily calls in our daily energy reports. So the news alerts state the time horizon. So basically it will say it's a very short-term alert on the 1 minute chart, and if we look at the news alerts, we can see for ourselves that basically we go and look at those alerts. So here I've got very short-term, there's a new little downside target there on WTI. That's on the 1 minute chart. This is a medium term chart. This is the daily chart on coal, and we've got a new downside target there on the daily chart. This is the 60-minute chart for silver. So 60-minute is new short-term view, and if we look at a down target here, this is short-term. 1 minute, this is very short term with the downside targets. So we've got this short term, medium term constantly being said in the alerts, and that's based on the alerts themselves. So that time horizon is really quite key. Now we've pre-built the alerts for you. So when you install the Updata Enterprise Edition, basically you will have these alerts already pre-set up for very short term, medium term, and long term. And basically these lists that you can open allow you to configure where you want those alerts to go. So in the alerts itself, you can basically go to the alert summary, and in that alert summary you'll be able to open up these lists: long term, medium term, short term, and very short term, and you just do that via these alerts watch lists. All the alerts are pre-set up in your system. The only thing you have to do is just add in the instruments that you want the alerts on. So these lists will be blank when you install, but then you can just add the instruments that you want the alerts on. And so the really key thing there is just to think a little bit about what you want the alerts on. So on very short term, I just have a handful of things that I watch really short term. So that's oil, gas, and UK power and carbon, German power and carbon, TTF and MPP. Those are the things that I watch really short term. Those are on my 1 minute charts where I'm looking at these short term targets. So I want lots of alerts just on the things that I watch. So I recommend, and they will be running every minute, and I recommend that you don't add lots into that list because you'll be getting lots of alerts. 60 minutes, I'm checking every hour for alerts on things like coal, the euro, silver, things that I'm just more interested in. And then my big list where I'm looking for daily alerts and weekly alerts those I can run bigger lists. So that's how I end up with these alerts basically coming into the alert system. And you'll notice the chart templates, these are all set up for you, so straight away you will get the alerts. Now the key thing is we don't send you these alerts, you send you these alerts, and that's really a bit hard to understand. But the way it works is that Updata runs on lots of different data services, and so if we look at Updata and we go to the data services menu, you'll see here that basically all the data services that we run on you can just configure. So it could be that you want your alerts to come from Bloomberg, you want them to come from Refinitiv Icon, it could be Trayport, whatever you want your alerts to come from, you simply add them into those lists. So in these lists here, you would be adding your instruments from the feeds that you run into Updata. So if you want alerts on your Trayport OTC data, this is where you would add them in here into these watch lists, which you access from the alert summary, and you access that from the scanning alerts menu. So you just open the alert summary there and you add those in. The alerts will already all be in there because we've pre-configured them in your systems for you. So all you have to do is just add the instruments you want. And if you want a hand doing that as an enterprise client, we're very happy to talk you through how to add those, and we can do that on the phone, just showing you how to do it. So the key thing is you actually send yourself alerts from the data services that you run into Updata. I run lots of different data services into Updata, so I could literally choose from my Refinitiv Icon, from Bloomberg, whatever systems I'm running, Montel, OTC Global Holdings data, and in fact, you just think a little bit about the instrument liquidity. So with OTC Global Holdings, you have all the European power and gas markets, all the UK power contracts, but these are only updating daily on this data. This data comes with Updata. It's only updating daily, so you need to just think a little bit about, there's no point in having updates coming in on 1 minute or 60-minute charts when the data is only updating daily. So just think a little bit about that. If you imagine the preset alerts, these are they. So weekly clouds, daily clouds, 200-day moving average, these are the long-term alerts. Then the 50-day moving average, shorter term, medium term, 21-day market tracker, that's the medium term. And we can add more and more of these alerts. So anything you want to be alerted on as a technical analysis criteria. And then we get down to the 60-minute charts, the 60-minute cloud crosses, the 60-minute Bollinger Bands, right down to the 1 minute very short-term alerts. You can set these alerts to actually, you can clone the alerts that we've got, so you can create your own alerts, you can add more alerts, and again, if there's anything in particular that you want alerting on, we'll help you set those alerts up. And you can even send these alerts out to Twitter or to LinkedIn with the charts and everything already there, so really quite valuable. And your news alerts are then on your charts as well. So if you imagine Updata, we can go to the news story. So if I go for this nat gas one, for example, or here we've got WTI, I can open the chart, and in opening the chart, I've got the news alerts there, so they're actually on the chart. And if we look at, say, something like 90-bar low for silver, we can open the chart and we can see where we've had alerts, and we can hover over those alerts and actually open them up. So this was a short-term up target for silver, and then we had that short-term up target that was given on the 3rd of June. So the image is kept, and there we are, move up to meet the target. So this is really quite fascinating indeed. The alerts tie in with our reports, where we do the long-term monthly reports, our weekly reports, our daily reports, and our special report events. So we put out a report on US nat gas, for example, because that's breaking to new highs. And on the daily reports, it's really key because we might get a change in the day, and that's where the alerts keep up with those reports. So just remember to keep an eye on those reports. When you look at Energy Daily, you can look at the report, see the report for yourself, and all the reports are there, and that's how it matches in. So why not see Updata Analytics for yourself? Start getting your own technical analysis news, and just email us at ta@updata.co.uk for your own setup.